What's going on, everybody? Collin here with CH Sports, bringing you guys some more Pacific Northwest disc golf action. Today I will be bringing you guys some commentary from the 2020 Columbia Cup Fall Fling, presented by All Day Disc Golf and Resistance Disc, bringing you guys some coverage sponsors. And here with me in the booth is Mr. Zach Todd. What's going on, Zach?
Hey, Collin, how you doing? It's good to be back. I appreciate you bringing back on for another coverage at, you said, Champoeg State Park. It could be a slosh fest out there, or it could be nice and sunny. I'm excited to see what's about to happen. Give you a show for you all. I believe it was a sunny day, so this is going to be great. So here we go. We're going into hole one here, which is a great start to a hole. You could have a double Mando, par 3, 377 feet. You're going to plug it right down the gap. The nervous part is it is kind of a small gap right here, as you can see with Xander teeing off. And the hole is over there on the left-hand side where Xander kept it a little bit left. You want to throw it straight out through that Mando, and then you see the basket there on the left.
Gotcha. Now we got Rhema Nelson teeing off. He's from Portland. All these guys, I think this is everybody's first time on camera except for you. Maybe Dills has been on some camera before, but everybody's pretty new to the camera side of things.
Yeah, definitely a lot of nerves going around. I felt the nerves. Jacob Dills here, he is a phenomenal player. Played a lot with him. Xander as well. But we're all definitely feeling the nerves. Jacob left it a little left, just as most of us are looking like we're doing here. And
What are you throwing here?
A Lucidex EMAC Truth. It's just trying to shove it up the middle, throw it about 350, but kept it low and left. There's the nerves.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody really parked the hole, so everybody's going to have some upshots here. And par being a pretty good score on this hole. It's kind of tough to get it all the way back there, especially with the double Mando and kind of shaping a shot down there. It's not exactly like a standard hyzer.
Yeah, and there's an OB path right behind the basket. You kind of see that walking path there. It doesn't look like it comes into play, but it definitely can. You can skip off the ground. So, a lot of issues around the basket. All right.
And there you are, dead center for par. Good way to start the day.
Thank you. Yeah, we're all right there. Start the day with the par, hopefully. And these are baskets where spit-throughs can certainly happen.
Yeah, another thing to mention at Champoeg is that it's a pretty popular park outside of just disc golf, and so you will see a bunch of cars and a bunch of people walking in the background.
Absolutely, and we all know that everyone enjoys the sport of disc golf, so sometimes you just got to let people walk through and just take a minute and not rush your shot. Here we are, Xander getting his par, and Rhema's looks like gonna clean up for a par.
All right, and everybody's tapping in. Perfect. And everybody's starting off even. We forgot to mention it before hole one, but everybody knotted up at 4 down except for Xander, sitting 2 strokes ahead of everybody. Everybody grabs par on the first hole and will stay right where they were at. Move up to hole 2. Hole 2, there's kind of 2 standard plays that everybody's going to take here. You're either going to go forehand up the left side, pretty much just a forehand hyzer, or you can choose to hit a gap shot on the right side. A lot of people that don't have a big forehand will end up taking this gap that Xander's taken, and he gets cut down by a tree.
Yeah, you definitely got to know what disc you're going to be throwing if you're throwing that right-hand backhand gap, because you got to cut it in the right time. You carry it too far, it's going to hit a tree. Dills is taking the same gap. And
it looks like he gets up there for a putt.
He does. It's a good look for it. And then we also have OB, right where those cars are, a little bit before it, is another path, and that is an OB pathway as well. This is the big forehand hyzer look. I like it. A lot cleaner look. Don't have as many trees.
Yeah, if you have the power forehand, it's definitely the play. All right, there's Xander laying up for his par. I think we must have missed Rhema's shot.
Must have. Ooh,
yeah. Good putt from Zach there.
Go.
Putting with his Page Pierce Fierce.
That's right. Glidey. And Dills stepping up. He has these beautiful white judges he putts with. He's a great putter too.
Super unconventional style, but yeah, he makes a lot of putts out there for sure.
Absolutely. Just line drives, throws them in. Has you can tell from he's a little nervous from that float there on the flutter he has on his putt, but he's knocking down.
Yeah, I would definitely say that's the strength of Jacob's game for sure.
Absolutely.
Go. And Rhema gonna hit a putt as well. And it's looking like everybody's gonna take birdie here except for Xander.
Yep. And Rhema definitely had the best drive of the group. Too bad we didn't get that one. Here goes Xander. I like style. Nice style. Nice jacket. I don't know if I can throw in that jacket, but he throws well in it.
Could not be me, no.
All right, there we go. Everyone except Xander had a birdie, shortening one up, catching Xander, only down by one, going to hole 3 where we have no Mando here, but we are teeing off from out of bounds, just beyond a walking path, and you can take the right-hand backhand gap right up the middle, which a lot of people do. You can do right-hand turnover over the left side or forehand over the left side. That basket's right in front of where Rhema is going, and he is taking the middle gap, turning it over a little bit, and it just kept turning and turning, and there it is. You see the basket over to the left. So he kind of left it wide to the right, but hit his gap, which is big.
Yeah, that's the tough part about going with the straight shot, and you'll see Jacob is going with the turnover here. That looks pretty good. But yeah, that's the tough part about the straight shot is that you kind of have to throw a fairly flippy disc, and so it's kind of hard to hit it on the exact right angle because it does have to start kind of flippy and then eventually make its way back to the basket. And you're going with the forehand here.
Yeah, I love that forehand hyzer. Got it drilled in my bag. That was a Halo Destroyer I threw there.
Yeah, the way I look at it is 2 and 3 are pretty similar shots. You're pretty much throwing the same shot for both holes. The backhand line is definitely shorter on both of those holes, but it's way more technical. And then the forehand, if you have the distance, you get rewarded with the wide open line. So
absolutely. Xander hit an early tree on his roller. He's great with rollers, and that thing kept on pushing out to the field. I don't know if you saw that. That was awesome. Here's Dills lining up about just edge of circle 2 putt. And there,
definitely Dills range for sure.
That's that low line drive that he does so well with. Rhema, he's more of a high push putter. He's lining up his birdie.
Gotta love your face after missing that putt.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
Yeah, that's one you usually convert on, but all you can do is move on and make the next one.
That's right. Moving on. Chapter's written. Here we go. Ramos getting his par.
Yeah, and it's going to look like a bunch of pars here after Jacob taps this guy in.
Oh, good putt. Good authority on that. Oh, watch the head.
And everybody gets their par there.
Gorgeous.
All right. So after 3, everybody grabbing the par there, and the scores will stay right where they are. Everybody at 5 down except for Xander, still sitting at 6. And we'll move right into hole 4. Hole 4 is a pretty simple par 4, I would say. There's kind of 2 gaps off the tee. You can either go straight up the middle and try and attack it potentially for a 2, or you could go for the easy birdie and just go around the outside with a big wide open hyzer.
Yep. Really, the danger that comes in play is you go too far left. Ram is taking a traditional route. Good shot.
Yeah. That's pretty much what you're looking for on this hole.
Yep.
Kind of push it at those trees. Push it straight into the gap. This looks a little sawed off from Jacob, but he'll have something from in there.
Yeah, especially during the wintertime, fall time when the leaves aren't there, the foliage is gone. During the summertime, that is a real big issue.
You're probably the only person in the field that goes forehand off of this tee.
Yeah, I just think it plays really well to a forehand turnover if you have that. Got a lot of good eagle looks over the past couple years from it.
And then, yeah, even if you do kind of fade out early, and Xander hitting the only tree kind of at the edge of the gap there. But yeah, if you push it out in, or even if you fade out early on that forehand, you still have a pretty wide open upshot. So,
Xander with the roller. Hit the basket. Hit it. Oh!
Wow.
That was awesome. That roller from over there. Oh. Gonna have a birdie look after that early hit of a tree. That was fantastic. Nice job, Xander. Lining up a puddle top glow gator there. I think it was just an easy like 200 feet or so into the basket. And this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, this it's fine during the wintertime. Summertime.
Yeah.
You're not getting out of that easy.
For sure, yeah. During the summertime, good luck getting up and down from there for sure.
Dills did a good job there. Ooh.
Yeah, that's kind of, that's the story of this hole. The upshot is pretty simple if you have any sort of a decent drive.
Absolutely. Nice job, Xander. What a birdie to get.
And then even if you don't have a decent drive, you just throw a roller down there and have a tap-in birdie.
And you got a roller like this afterwards. Yeah, let's go.
That was, super impressive to get up and down. He was probably close to 400 feet back there still after that first shot, so. Woo, got to stare at that one for an extra second, but it's in there. There's no pictures on the scorecard for a reason.
I appreciate that. Almost gave away the ability for the star frame.
Yep, and with Dills and Rhema combined like 20 feet away, should be looking at our first star frame here.
There we go. Absolutely. That's a good one to get. Getting a par on this almost definitely feels like getting a bogey.
For sure, yeah. Definitely our MPO lead card should be getting this every time. And everybody getting the birdie there, just like they should.
Good job. Well, going to hole 5, it still remains a one-stroke difference. As we're about to see, everyone gets the birdie. Xander's still leading it at 7 down. But here we're about to kick off to some sponsors, right, Collin?
Yep, so we're going to kick it off to a sponsor real quick. This video is brought to you by Resistance Discs. Head over to resistancediscs.com and use code CHSports at checkout to get free shipping on any order over $25. Thank you to resistancediscs.com, and let's get back to the video.
All right. Hole 5. This is a shorter hole. The danger, you just have to hit your line. Traditional backhand, right hand, hyzer shots with, I throw gator, people throw slight mid-ranges, but just hit your line, have it dive right in there, and don't get too big of a skip is your big goal. There is Rhema. He's going underneath the branches, which is a great play, and then put it pretty close to that basket. Yeah,
the difficulty with this hole is definitely getting the height and line right. It's not so much the distance. You can throw basically whatever you want on this hole as long as you either commit to hitting the low gap or commit to hitting the high right gap.
Absolutely. I have seen people, including myself, throw forehands over on the left-hand side when you're feeling a little spicy. Oh, hit a tree and got lucky. That was not a good throw. That was a lucky throw. Let's go.
Yep, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, I always say.
Absolutely. And there's Xander throwing it nice and pretty. Just textbook again. Nice shot, fellas. Ooh, nice over the stump putt.
Yeah, this is where it's challenging to be Xander's height because that stump probably is in the way of his putt, but awesome putt to knock it down over the stump.
Just sneaks it over the middle.
Dills taking his time and knocking down a putt there. Dills off to a pretty good start, 3 through 5.
Chasing Xander, not letting Xander walk away with anything.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's still in contention here.
Oh, right side wasn't so friendly this time.
Yeah, that's a couple putts for you now that have hit right side, and that one just not sticking.
That's all right. Some days it's ours, some days it's not. There you go. Nice easy birdie. Great shot. Great drive, Rhema.
I'm missing the disc pickup, but we're all good. And Zach ruining the star frame for the card. Everybody grabbing 2s except for Zach. So now we'll look at 8, 7, 7, and 6 for Zach. Move right into hole 6. Probably one of the more challenging holes in the setting that it is. Close to 500 feet. Really, you're just trying to smash something straight. Yeah, and the challenge of this hole is kind of down on the green, I would say, because the green is kind of sloping down the last 100 or so feet.
Yeah, not everyone can get there as well. You know, it's 484 feet as the pigeon flies or the crow flies, and that mando, that wrap tree you just saw there is a mando as well.
Yeah, this is one of those tweener holes that if it was another like 50 to 100 feet, and there is a setting that's another 100 feet down there, that does make it an awesome par 4. Tough to get up to in the wintertime, so we play it in this long par 3 position for this tournament. But yeah, that's a good drive from Xander. And yeah, like you were saying, in this position, it's definitely a really, really hard 2. But if you play it for 3 like all these guys are, it's a pretty routine 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And then if you flip it over like that, with your DD3, you are going to make it a very long hole.
It becomes less of a routine 3.
You never want to bring that right tree into play. You're normally dealing with a low ceiling, and it looks like I went just past the right tree. And I'm looking right at the basket, thankfully. Plugged it with my maiden right through the gap. That felt good. And
yeah, like I was saying, if you're playing it for 3, this is pretty much ideal where all 3 of these guys ended up. Just jump putts up there.
Absolutely. It quickly slopes away, as you were saying, and you want that more of that side look. If you're really going to go for it, you want to be able to drill it into that log if you were to miss it.
For sure.
There we go. Good ups. Good ups.
Everybody just laying up for 3. And you had like an actual upshot versus a jump putt up there. So you're going to have the longest look.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Continue.
Oh, no. Oh, man. That's all right. There you go. Dead center chains.
With authority. That's the one thing about the Mach X's. They will catch any speed of putt for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Xander taps in his par. And you with the unfortunate bogey tap in here. And Rhema will come in, get his well-executed 3.
Here we go. Textbook. Well, 3 pars on the hole, and myself ruining it. And again, I got a bogey there. That puts Xander up 1 stroke on Rhema and Jacob. I'm falling behind a little bit, leading us right into hole 7, which is another par 4. This one is fun. This one does not have a mando, but you get to pick and choose which gap you're basically going to want to take here. You want to not get off the fairway. If you kick left, you kick right, you're going to be found in some stuff that is very difficult to get out of and can quickly become a 4 or 5. So you really want to get your 3 here. You can see it's a shorter par 4.
Yeah, and even if you get a good drive down there, this is probably the most eagleable hole on the property. And like you were saying, there's several different ways to attack it. Really, the biggest part is just committing to whatever line you decide to go with. Jacob's going with the slow turnover, and that'll drop right in the center of the fairway.
And you see backhands, forehands, and you see something like Xander here, which is also a popular play on the backhand roller.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the best way to get down there for a look at 2.
Yeah, it's one of the best ways, absolutely. When you control it like he does, it's an ideal play. or you can do this line, which I always enjoy. Just plug it up with the forehand and put it in circle 2.
Oh yeah, if you can throw 450-foot sidearms, that definitely helps.
Gotta finish the putts though, right?
Yep, that's true. And Rhema going with kind of an unconventional look for his upshot. Not too many people go around that stuff to the left, but got it down there for a look.
Or you can ask for when he was in that position. Jacob having to turn that disc over a little bit, gave himself a look right inside the circle.
Xander has a look at 2. It's going to come up a little short, but it'll be a tap-in birdie.
Yeah. Nice job on the roller.
You got an actual legitimate look at 2. Oh, man.
Good. I thought I had it out of my hand.
Rhema laying out, giving it a bid. Almost rolls OB.
Yes, the walking path. All the walking paths here are OB. There you go. Good job. Hit the bar. Walk off the hole.
Yeah, those ones are always challenging to me, is when you get aggressive on your birdie putt, when you could have just laid it under the basket and took in your easy par. Now you got like 25, 30 feet coming back for par. Those are ones that I typically usually miss, and that's why I'm 920 rated versus these guys. So,
oh, uncharacteristic right there. That is absolutely uncharacteristic for Dills to miss that close of a putt.
yeah, especially miss low. I feel like when Jacob misses, it's usually high.
Yeah, agreed. Nice job, Xander. Stay. You stay.
Nice yeah, that was super well executed to throw that roller down there. Nice, easy jump putt up, tap in 3.
Mm-hmm. There you go. One in this birdie. Oh, don't forget it. And I'll take that birdie.
Yep, gave it a good run for 2, but you'll walk away with a nice tap in 3. And so you and Xander will grab the only 3s on the hole. The other 2 guys are going to grab 4s. And it looks like Rhema and Dills are still 2 shots back, and you're moving up the leaderboard at 3. Move into hole 8, which is another par 4. All the par 4s here are pretty routine. If you throw a good tee shot this one, you're kind of throwing a big, wide-open hyzer, or you can choose to go up the middle with a straight shot. Either one kind of works.
Yes, and you have a Mando over on the left-hand side where you need to stay right. It's that ribbon wrap tree next to the the walking path. There you go. You had a good shot, Xander. Plugged it up the gap, had a great shot. You just want to get way out there and not hit the very first and very skinny tree right there.
Yeah, that tree's lucky it's still standing. Hit that one. So.
I'm lucky I'm in bounds.
That's true. Very true.
Go. Oh, he's got a... You don't want it to go too far left. You can get a big skip. It sat down. That's good. But sometimes if you plug it too straight up the gap right there, it can get a big skip towards that walking path.
Yeah, for sure. And the benefit to going up the middle versus just taking the big wide open hyzer is it makes your second shot a little shorter. Probably shortens it by about 80 feet or so.
Mm-hmm.
You are smashing probably a destroyer here would be my guess.
I believe that was a cloud breaker. I was trying to get my birdie still, but then I hit that tree again. So we're still got some work. I'm still up. Let's go.
Let's go. So Zach throwing his third shot before everybody else is throwing their second. This is probably that felon.
Yep, you got it. Lucid X felon, skipping right up. You can see the road behind his OB. There's a walking path to the left that is about, 30 feet or so to the left of the basket. That's OB. So it gets tight when you get to the basket.
Yeah, for sure. I would say in terms of difficulty, this is probably one of the harder greens on the hole just because there's more danger than there usually is. Rhema, pretty much ideal drive, has a 250-foot hyzer shot going in.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come up a little short, but he'll still have a birdie putt.
Yeah. And that right tree where Xander was trying to hyzer around really bats down a lot of... Oh, Ooh, ooh. Nice job, Dills. Great try. Bats down a lot of discs.
That'd be
Heiser,
pretty impressive if a tree bats down a lot of trees.
you know, it happens sometimes. I've heard it's out there. Oh,
Rhema comes up just a little short.
good look. It's getting windy. You can see it's swirling around out there. I finally made a putt.
There you go. Get one to just crawl in there, save your par. Pretty impressive par save after moving about 50 feet off the tee pad.
Thanks. And this is a popular spot where a lot of cars come into play. And so it's one of those times. Just step away when you got something distracting you. Xander did a good job of that and made his putt. Nice job. Yeah, par on this hole is not the worst thing. Champoeg does play as a course where it is more of a birdie fest. If you're not scoring, then you're getting left behind in the MPO field. And
yeah, that's what I like about this course is every single hole is birdieable, but there's just enough trouble to make you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really good tournament level course for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We got lucky. This is a beautiful day. It's during the fall, and a lot of people know Portland area, Oregon gets wet during the fall and winter months, and it's not sloppy out there when it can get sloppy. There we go. Hole 8 wrapped up. Dills gets the only birdie. He's catching right back up to Xander, 1 stroke behind him, while Rhema's 2 strokes behind him, and I'm 3. Heading into hole 9, which is a shorter par 3, 300 feet, but you're going to have some tight gaps. You can either do a right-handed forehand hyzer around things. You can do a backhand Annie shot, touch shot. You could plug it right up the gap here. Jacob chooses to do the right-handed backhanded Annie shot, which is a great play, but he hits an early tree and gets knocked down early. Xander chooses to do the roller, which he is fantastic at. But we're going to get skinny. It's wow. How did it fight? What?
I don't need to understand. It's just...
I mean, yeah, Xander just keeps going back to what he's comfortable with, I guess. It's pretty unconventional to throw rollers on a 300-foot par 3, but, stick to what you know, I guess.
When you're that good at them, pull them out. The forehand hyzer I chose, I love that play on this hole, but I threw it too wide. You got to hug the tree. And Rhema plugs it right up the gap and shows me how a true forehand should be done. Nice job.
Yeah, 4 different players, 4 different routes. That's what's cool about a lot of these holes at Champoeg. It gives you a lot of options off the tee. It doesn't really cater to a forehand player or a backhand player.
Oh, God. There we go. Hey-o.
Oh, thanks, Tree, for rolling it right back to the basket for you.
That's how I played it.
And Xander's got about 35 feet.
Oh, yeah. Booyah. Let's go.
Right in the center for Xander.
Oh, keeping the pressure on.
Get a quick replay of that one. Slow-mo right in the center.
I couldn't tell that he kind of throw up his hands like, is this going in? That was cool. Oh, that's awesome. And boring putt with a great score. Nice job, Rhema.
All right.
Bit of an eye cleaning up the pars. Don't want to miss another putt. Making sure I play.
Make sure those 8-footers get in there. And there you have it. We're through the front 9 here at Champoeg. We got a close race here. Xander's still holding on to that lead. He's 2 out in front of Dills. He's 3 out in front of Rhema Nelson and 4 out in front of Mr. Zach Todd. Thanks for joining me for this front 9, Zach, and everybody tune into the back.
Absolutely. See you soon.
Hey guys, Collin here with CH Sports. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to my coverage sponsors. These videos would not be able to come to life without these people's help, so I really appreciate it. There's plans starting as low as $3 a month, and every single dollar helps grow the channel. If you would like to see your name or business listed in the credits of every single one of my videos, please head over to patreon.com/chsports.